Hey, Russell of Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. I do these daily check-ins daily. I'm a little late today. I know I was having some technical difficulties. It was just driving me crazy. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm having these issues, but you know what? We got through them, and I had to redo some stuff and all that. But you know what? When you're dealing with technology, sometimes it just you gotta, back up and rethink about it. Like what did I do wrong? Let me follow the steps. Did I do the steps right? I mean, there's always something. So let me just make sure I am live on LinkedIn and YouTube. I know I'm live on YouTube. Let me make sure I am there on LinkedIn as well. Let's see. There we are. Yes, we are. We are live on LinkedIn and YouTube at the same time. And happy hump day. So hope you guys are doing well. Today is what is today? Today is Wednesday. Well, it's Wednesday, of course. Wednesday, November 15th, right? So one more week and I guess a week from tomorrow will be Thanksgiving, right? So time is kind of going by and it's raining today. So I'm live here in LA, right? And it is raining today. We typically get rain during the holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I think it's a little earlier this year. I don't know. I think the rain is, arrived a little early. I don't know if it's just supposed to rain today, rest of the week. I don't know, but it is raining today. So I guess that's a good thing. Let's see, what else? What else? So, okay. So you can see the scenes here. Okay. So I change scenes. As I change scenes, it changes photos, right? So this is Visit Tucson, or actually, this is a desert scene, cactus and Palo Verde trees and all that kind of stuff in Tucson, Arizona. So I was there last week and, I always take photos and things like that because I never know where I'm going to need them. But it's all about Visit Tucson, right? So it'll either be Visit Tucson or the hotel I stayed in was the Westward Look Resort, which is in Tucson as well. So any questions at all, if you ever want to book Tucson, always start with the CVB or the DMO, and that is Visit Tucson. So just go visittucson.com and just tell them Russell Hotel sent you. But if not, you can contact me and I'll contact them on your behalf. So however you want to do it, it's up to you. I see Mr. David Gray. Mr. David Gray, thank you so much for joining. We'll put your comment right here on the screen, so anybody is more than welcome to comment because it's all about engagement. And Mr. David Gray said rest of the week, so I guess he means that it's going to be raining the rest of the week. He's the weather guy today. All right, so thank you so much, David. I appreciate that. So, and he's on LinkedIn, so I appreciate that. So we're live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube. So if you're on either one of those platforms, feel free to make comments. Like I said, it's all about the engagement. I'm a resource, and I try to, answer questions or whatever if I can. If you have questions for me, if I can't answer them, oh well, go with someone else. But no, I'm joking. If I can't answer questions, I'll find someone that can. Okay, but so yeah, so I was in Tucson last week, and it was cool. It was cool. I mean, I grew up in the desert. I don't necessarily love the desert, but I love like because I don't love the heat. Okay, but it was mild. Um, it was mild. Let's just say in comparison to what it could be. So it was very mild. In fact, I wasn't sweating at all, so it was good. Um, but no, it was good. I love the scenery, right? I love the picturesque scenery, the rock formations, the mountains, the cactus, the Palo Verde trees, and all that kind of stuff that goes along with it. So I'm all into that, right? And I love being outside, especially when you're doing events or meetings in a location like a Tucson. You want to make sure you take advantage of the outside as much as you can. So, events you can have outside, um, things like that. So, you can theme, your events outside if weather permitting and things like that. So I think this area is very nice. And you want to make sure that the property that you're using has windows, right? Has natural lighting. Because a lot of times we get into these places and they don't take advantage of the natural beauty, right? And the mountains and things like that, the windows or whatever. So you want to make sure, especially if you're like in Tucson or any desert destination, that you take advantage of the windows or the natural lighting and all that stuff. So you don't want to be in a room that has no windows or anything like that, and you're in And you're in Tucson? No. Who wants to do that? But anyway, did you guys catch my show On Air with Russell of Hotels? That live hospitality talk show comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Did you catch it yesterday? If not, that's okay. Of course, I love it when you guys catch the live version of it. But if you didn't, you weren't able to, that's fine. It's still there. So go to LinkedIn, my LinkedIn page, or as well as my YouTube page, and it's on Facebook as well. And check out um, yesterday's episode. I had a guest, Miss Michelle Carlin, with Alignment Advising. She talked about, just getting your business back in alignment. I mean, she gave examples of things. She told us what she did. She told us how she even got into the business, right? How she started her journey as an entrepreneur. And some of the stuff I didn't know, because I've known Michelle for some years, right? And I didn't really know how she got into being an entrepreneur, specifically with Alignment Advising. And it was just interesting, some of the stuff that she mentioned. So you want to make sure you go and listen to that, because I think it's one of those things you need to listen to if you're a small business. We're not out here alone. We're there. We have people in our village or in our community that are there to help us as well. So, Michelle is part of, my village, if you will. So I can always call on her if I need my business to be realigned. I always call her, and sometimes I don't have to call her. She'll just tell me, "Hey, you're out of line, or you're out of alignment. You want to check this out, right?" So she'll just like tell me things. I'm not asking; she'll just tell me. Okay, but that's how it is sometimes. So, but yeah, so check it out. I mean, she's an author, she's an artist. Um, She's been on several podcasts, not just mine, but several podcasts. So make sure you go back and take a listen. I asked her questions like, how the pandemic has affected businesses and things like that. So you need to just check it out. Okay. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Once again, it's on my LinkedIn page. If you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, please do that as well. So I always have an agenda when I do these things. I don't just come on here and just, spew out, whatever, show photos and no, I have an agenda, right? So I always have a topic that I like to talk about. And the topic, it won't take long, because this show is only meant to be about between 10 and 15 minutes. I'm already on 7 minutes, right? So I don't have that much time to go, right? So at the tops, it'll be like 20 minutes, okay? So just be patient with me. It just depends on how much I'm doing of this, right? So, but anyway, let's move on, right? In fact, I didn't know what the topic was going to be today, so I just pulled something out and came up with something good, right? Is it the hotel or the destination? What does that mean, Russell? What do you mean, is it the hotel or destination? Well, we're going to get into that, and I'm going to let you know exactly what I'm saying. Why do people, when people travel, do they go because because the hotel's there, or is the hotel a byproduct of the destination? Meaning, are they choosing a destination and then like, okay, we're gonna stay at this hotel because I'm going to this destination. I'm going to Tucson, so I'm gonna choose to stay at the Westwood Look Resort, but I'm going to Tucson first and foremost. Okay, so it just depends, right? So once again, these scenes, as I change scenes, they'll either be just general. They're all going to be desert scenes today, outside scenes. They're either going to be at the Westwood Look Resort, like this one is, or it's just going to be a general picture out in the middle of Tucson somewhere, right? So, but anyway, there you go. So, is it the hotel or the destination? When it comes to attracting guests, both the hotel itself and the destination is located and play significant roles. The success of a hotel is often influenced by the interplay between the property's offerings and the appeal of the surrounding destination. Let's explore both aspects. Let's just talk about both of them, right? So we're going to jump into it right now. So first, we're going to start with the hotel. So as you can see, this is the Westward Look Resort. Good luck in Tucson. Thank you so much, Mr. Walt Moore. We go way back, right? Well, way back, like, I don't know, about 6 years ago. Okay, I think I met Walt Moore. So, but I'm already gone from Tucson, just so you know. Right, that was last week. Okay, so I'm already come and gone. So I'm just showing, like I said, I when I leave, I always make sure at least the next week or so that I'm still it's still fresh in my mind, because I want to be fresh in other people's mind that, yeah, I'm not there now, but I was there. So it's just the beauty of this platform that I have and this social media thing that I can show things, and some people think I'm still here, right? Hey, I'm here. I'm at the Westwood Look Resort, but actually I'm not, right? I'm in my home office, my home studio, in LA, but that's okay. So if you want to think I'm here, that's fine too, right? So, but it's all about, like I said, it's all about the branding aspect of it, or the marketing, promotion for this particular hotel that yeah, I'm utilizing them so people know. So it's all about that awareness factor, right? A lot of people probably didn't know, the Westward Look Resort was there in Tucson, or maybe they didn't know anything about it. So my job is to make sure when I go to hotels, I do hotel site selection, right, for my clients. So my job is to go and to scout out these hotels, do site inspections and all that kind of stuff, and do my homework, right? Because I never know when my clients are going to want to meet next. So I had this one under my belt, right? So if somebody says, "Hey, we have this, group, you're going to Tucson. Okay, hey, have you thought about the Westwood Look?" Well, basically, you got to, match the client with the hotel, right? Every hotel is not for every client. Every client is not for every hotel. So just remember that. Okay, just remember that. So it just depends on. It can depend on budget, depend on location in Tucson, depend on what they want to do, activities, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. So anyway, so back to the hotels, accommodations and amenities is the first one. The quality of the hotel, its accommodations, and the range of amenities it offers can greatly influence a guest's decision to stay. This includes factors such as room comfort, cleanliness, dining options, recreational facilities, and overall service quality. So yeah, it depends. When someone chooses a hotel, it depends on certain things, right? Everybody reads TripAdvisor, right? So people already, they're rating these hotels. They're saying, oh, this hotel is this hotel is that. It has this, it has that, or it doesn't have this, or don't stay there. I mean, all those things. So yeah, it behooves you to, do TripAdvisor, go on and check out these hotels, or get recommendations for people that have been there. It's like me. I say, what do you think about the Westwood Look? Well, give me a call, give me a note, and I'll let you know what I think about it, right? But if I didn't think, favorably of it, I wouldn't be showing these videos, right? I wouldn't be showing it on this live video. So, so there you go. Next one, brand reputation. The reputation and brand image of the hotel, including online reviews and ratings, impact a guest perception and decision to choose a particular property. Strong brand loyalty can also drive repeat business. Now, okay, so yeah, that's true. I mean, brand, if it's a strong brand, oh yeah, that, the reputation comes with this strong brand, right? But let's say if it's the Westward Look Resort, and a lot of people don't know, it's not a major brand, although it's under the Wyndham flag. A lot of people don't know that, right? And they may not know Wyndham as a hotel brand, right? Or is it a strong hotel brand? They're not really sure. So I think hotels what they need to do is put out more things about that hotel. If that's social media, you need to push things out, meaning the more people see about your hotel, the more likely they are to stay there. They're like, oh, I know that hotel. They post things on here. They post things on there. So if you don't post things, people are never going to know, right? If you're not posting things, people are not talking about it. You're not posting it in magazines or however you do your advertising. Or if you're not doing advertising and promotion at all, well, how do you expect people to know about it? So yeah, so brand reputation does play a role in that, but you got to put your brand out there so people even know that your brand even exists. So let's see. Let me look at some of the comments. Mr. Walter Moore says, look for hotels with EV charging. Let me throw that up there. Explain what that means. What does that mean? Oh, you mean charging stations, right? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Walter Moore is all about charging stations. He works for an organization that I guess they place charging stations in like hotels, right? You ever seen, you ever drove up to a hotel or some buildings like in the mall or whatever, you see these charging stations for vehicles of, electric vehicles. That's what he does. That's his company, or that's not his company, but he works for a company. He represents a company that places those in and around hotels worldwide. So if you have questions about that, just reach out to me and I'll get you in touch with Mr. Walter Moore. So we worked together on some other things, not this, but worked together on some other things some years ago. So yeah, he's to be trusted. Okay, so I vouch for him. So no, thank you, Walt. I appreciate you putting that up there. But anyway, brand representation, Cap CapEx revenue share. Okay, let me throw that up there too. So it says correct and CapEx and revenue share. So okay, so say your hotel, say you're the Westward Ho, and you don't have any of these EV charging stations, they will set up a thing where they'll kick back money to the hotel. That sounds like a win-win to me, right? So all you do is, this is the space where this is where we want them. They come in and install them, and then of course the people that with the electric cars, they just plug in, and you get to share the revenue from that. See, that's what Russell Hotel is all about. It's all about just making sure you're in the know, right? Making sure you know that there's money to be made with hotels, especially when it comes to these charging stations and things like that. Because right now they're not everywhere. You see them a lot of places, but they're not everywhere. And I don't see them in a lot of. They may have a few in some hotels that I've seen, but I don't think I saw any at the Westward Look. I don't think I saw any at the Westward Look. So, Walt, you may want to take a look. That's your territory, all right? So, my job, like I said, I'm a resource. My job is I scout out things when I'm there, just in case, something like this comes up. So, but anyway, getting back to brand representation or reputation, brand reputation matters, okay? So, but people will never know the reputation of your brand if you don't put anything out there. If no one's talking about it, no one's going to know. So you want to make sure you're doing what you can to put out information about your hotel or your resort. The next one, marketing and promotion. The hotel's marketing efforts, both online and offline, contribute to its visibility and appeal. Effective marketing can showcase the unique features and advantages of the hotel. So you want to make sure you put that stuff out there because, like I said, if you don't put anything out there, people are going to form their own opinion. Like, oh, that hotel's there, but what is it doing? What do they stand for? Do people stay there? They'll form their own opinion if they just happen to hear about it through through happenstance or whatever. But I'm not saying that if it's in I'm just gonna say if it's like in like publications or things like that. Yeah, if people see it, they're gonna talk about it, right? So if people don't see it, they're not gonna talk about it. So that means there's a lack of marketing and promotion out there. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure you're out there, social media, and that's where I come into, right? As far as content creating. Right now, I'm creating content for this hotel. Okay, so you may not know what I'm doing here, but yeah, I'm doing this daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. But as you can see, I am creating content for the Westward Look Resort in Tucson, Arizona. That's for the last 18 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm looking at my ticker there. I've shown videos or shown a still picture of this hotel. So that's creating content for it. Okay, so there you go. So that's an option, right? The Westward Look Hotel or any other resort or hotel could say, hey, Russell, I see you do these daily check-ins. You do them daily. You do them for like 20, 30 minutes. What would it take for me to give you my information? You can talk about my hotel while you're doing your daily check-in. Why don't you reach out and see? There you go. It's as simple as that, right? So anyway, so you want to make sure, excuse me, you want to make sure you're doing some type of marketing and promotion. Because if you're not doing anything, you're already behind the 8 ball. You're not doing a good job. Excuse me. The next one or the last one is that feeling of hospitality. Do you get that feeling of hospitality? Some people would say customer service, right? Exceptional customer service from booking to checkout enhances the overall guest experience and can lead to positive word of mouth recommendations. Word of mouth is always the greatest, advertising. But is it commonplace? Yeah, it can be. It can be. So it just depends on the property, depends on who wants to talk about it. And excuse me, I get choked up when I do these things. But yeah, so that feeling of hospitality, do you get that feeling of hospitality when you get there, when you made that reservation, when you called, because believe me, it starts when you pick up the phone to call for reservations, right? That's when it starts. Okay, if you do that, some people, man, some people don't even do that. Some people do it online. Okay, so you don't get a real warm and fuzzy feeling if you make reservations online, which is fine because I do it online all the time. But if you happen to call like the reservation number, you see how they are. Are they accommodating? Do they seem welcoming? Because you can see that, you can hear that on their in their voice, right? So you get that feeling of hospitality. So when you check in and they have bellmen, are they greeting you? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? Are they welcoming you to the hotel? It starts, it starts at the reservation, but it also starts, say you made it online, it also starts when you drive up and they have valet or anything like that. Is it easy? Were they welcoming to you? Did they give you, did they offer assistance? Did they give you directions if you needed it? All that matters was that feeling of hospitality there. The feeling of hospitality comes from person to person. It doesn't come from the building that you drive up. Oh, I drove up and I have this feeling of hospitality. Well, from the building? Yeah, it was just so nice. No, 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 no. That's not hospitality. Hospitality comes from person to person. Okay, so if you didn't have a conversation or anything with a person, you don't know what hospitality is. Okay, so just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. So that was hotel. So the next one is destination, local attractions and activities. The appeal of the destination itself, including local attractions, cultural sites, and recreational activities, is a significant factor. Guests often choose a hotel based on the experiences they have in the surrounding area. So if you're there for, I want to go because I want to check out the desert. I want to check out the rock formations in Tucson or whatever. You want to do a lot of hiking. Okay, well, this is a place to be, right? So as you can see, this is actually in Tucson, right? So this is kind of a backdrop to wherever I was in Tucson. I can't remember where it was, but so there's a lot of desert scenes and rock formations and hiking trails, and there's golf courses there as well. So there's a lot of outdoor recreational activities in this area. So a lot of people will go to the destination based on that, and they'll stay at the hotel because I happen to be here, so I'm gonna stay at the Westward Look Hotel. Okay, so hope I explained that one okay. Accessibility. Proximity to key landmarks, business districts, transportation hubs, and popular attractions can influence the guest's decision to stay at a popular hotel. So yeah, so if it's close to everything, if it's accessible, freeway accessible, this resort is close to golf courses, I'm gonna stay there because I want to play that PGA West, 18-hole course that's in Tucson, that's right next to the Westward Look. I'm just using that as an example. I don't know if that even exists, but I'm just saying that. But people look for accessibility to certain things, okay? The next one, local culture and atmosphere, I'm sorry. The cultural and atmospheric qualities of the destination contribute to the overall experience. Guests may be drawn to locations with a vibrant local culture, historical significance, or natural beauty. Okay, this is naturally beautiful, right? So maybe people are drawn to that desert look, that desert scene, because I know I am, right? I mean, I love this. So I took so many pictures of just being outside because, first of all, it was comfortable, the weather permitted, and it's just, the backdrops are just so scenic and beautiful. So that's why I took pictures of it, right? So I guess it just depends. The destination depends on, where you need to be, right? If you want to be in the mountains, maybe it's snowing, you're going to be there for that. Cultural things, maybe you want to go check out, the Native American tribes that are in the Tucson area, right? So maybe you want to do some cultural things, which are great. So, and plentiful, right? So if you want to do that, that's great. So Tucson's a great place for that. So yeah, so it depends on that. Like I said, it's the destination first to me, and then, the hotels are byproducts of that. But I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Events and festivals. The presence of events, festivals, or conferences in the destination can attract guests to specific hotels. Proximity to venues and convenience become important factors. Okay, I was there for a meeting, right? I was in Tucson for a meeting. but I wanted to see that hotel. I wanted to go stay at the Westward Look Hotel. I wanted to see what Tucson had to offer as far as cultural things and things to do in the area, right? Festivals, events, they have a lot of those things going on. It's near University of Arizona, which is a major university, Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever. Or I guess, Pac-12 is about to go. But anyway, so it's one of the major, college or universities within the Pac-12 system. So it's a great place to go, right? So there you go. And then safety and security. The perceived safety and security of the destination play a critical role in the guest decision-making process. Yeah, you want to go to an area that's safe, that's clean, that you're not going to have any issues, right? It's going to be easy out, as far as, the lift is concerned. That means, airlines and things like that. And to me, I didn't experience any issues or anything like that at, within Tucson or at the resort. So safety and security were not a big issue when it came for me. So it was great. It worked, right? So is it about the destination or is it about the hotel? I don't know, but I will end it with this. Successful hotels often strike a balance between offering attractive amenities and services while leveraging the unique features of their location. A well-managed hotel recognizes and capitalizes on the strength of both the property and the destination to create a compelling and memorable experience for guests. Ultimately, it's the synergy between the two that contributes to the overall success of the hospitality establishment. So it's about both of them, right? So it's not one or over the other, right? But like I said, to me, I'm gonna choose the destination, and then we're gonna go for the hotel because I don't know any time that I ever said, you know what, I'm going to that. I'm just gonna choose that particular hotel. Where's it at? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Whatever the destination is, I'm gonna go. I don't think I've ever done that before, but I have chosen a destination like, hey, I'm going to Tucson and I'm staying at the Westwood Look. Okay, there you go. So there you go. So anyway, this is Russell of Hotel. Let's see, is that it? Is that all I have? Let me just make sure. I have something else. I just had a couple more pictures. Visit Tucson. Yeah, this is actually at the Westwood Look. This is outside. If you keep walking, you'll go into their pool area, and then they have a tennis court area as well. And they have hiking, near there as well. It's the full spa as well. And I think this is my last one. So yeah, ends with that. So once again, I am live in LA, but I just happen to be showing these scenes of, visit Tucson, things in Tucson, as well as the desert scene outside of the Westward Look Resort in Tucson, Arizona. So anyway, that's it. I do these daily check-ins daily. I was a little late on it today. Normally I do them around noon, but some technical issues came up. But it just matters that you show up, right? So sometimes timing timing gets to us and we forget things, or I was supposed to do this and something else came up. But as long as you go back to it and still do it, I think that matters. I think that's all that matters, is that you do it and you do show up. So if I say I'm gonna do a daily check-in daily, Monday through Friday, well, darn it, I'm gonna do a daily check-in Monday through Friday. Okay, so and I'm on key to keep going, right? So today's Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow and the next day to do them. So hey, if you didn't like today's, well, hey, give me a chance tomorrow. Maybe you come back tomorrow and I'll do one that you do like. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Thank you again. Thank you, Walt. Thank you. Who was that? David. Appreciate you guys coming on. We appreciate that. And remember, this is all about engagement. You can come on, you can make comments, you can ask questions, you can do all that stuff. So that's what it's all about, right? Like I said, I try to be a resource. I'm Russell of Hotels. Always, when you do these lives, always tell people three things, right? You always want to mention three things: who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Okay, and let me just throw one thing out there for you. So who I am, Russell Edmond, right? What I do hotel site selection, which means I assist companies and organizations with finding a hotel for their groups. Now, group is 10 rooms or more, okay, on a peak night. So it doesn't matter if it's 10 rooms, it can be 15 rooms, it can be 650 rooms on a peak night. It doesn't matter. My job is to formulate the RFP for you. You give me the destination that you're interested in, and my job is to find those hotels that meet your qualifications or your specifications. If that's rate, if that's location, destination, It's up to you. You let me know all those things, and I'll give you the information that you request, right? So different hotels, whatever. That's what I do, right? And how can that help you? Well, that takes that stuff, it takes that chore off your desk. You don't have to worry about it. A lot of these hotels that I source, I've been to already, and even if I haven't been to them, well, it's not a problem to get on the plane and go check them out, right? See, my schedule permits me to do that because that's what I do. That's my job, right? So your schedule may not permit you to get on the plane, on a whim and say, hey, I'm gonna go into Oklahoma and check out the Marriott in Oklahoma City. You know what I mean? Because I have a group there. Well, hey, that's my job to do it. So that's what we do, right? So anyway, always let people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. That's it. You guys have a great day. We'll see you on when we'll see you again. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow on Thursday. Until